Hello patrons, how's it going? This is Big Lair here on Jack's Private Coffee Corner. Today is November 21st. It's about 8:45, same time as usual. Pretty nice weather here where I am in Japan today. Looking out my window, I can see it's sunny. It's quite windy though. We've had this Siberian clipper kind of roll over Japan a little bit. I think this morning when I woke up it was 39 degrees. Which 39, is a pretty nice temperature. However, if your house doesn't have any insulation or central heating, 39 feels pretty cool. This morning I got into the shower and living at my in-laws' house, right? My father-in-law passed away last year, unfortunately. My mother-in-law is still here. And she's one of those people that grew up in the mountains in California. What am I saying? My father grew up in the mountains in California. Anyway, my mother-in-law, she grew up in the mountains north of here, just on the southern edge of I think they call them the Southern Alps here in Japan. Anyway, so she grew up in the country, right on the edge of this big mountain, and so her parents always thought it was important to keep the windows open and get fresh air in. So my mother-in-law, even though she's 70-something and living in a somewhat city environment, I would call this a city area, but here in Japan they call it a city. They think there's a lot of people here, so we're surrounded by rice fields and the ocean. But anyway, she thinks it's good even when the temperature gets down to 0 to keep all the windows open to get fresh air. So hopping into the shower this morning, I could see the temperature gauge said 39 degrees inside the shower. So hopping into that and turning on the hot water, steamed up the whole place. I couldn't even see what I was doing. So that gives you an indication of what the temperature is here and what it's like to live in this environment. Kind of sounds like what my parents went through when they were kids growing up in America. Nobody had central heating back then. You had a stove somewhere, one central stove, and that kind of heated the house. And you didn't dilly-dally when you were getting ready in the morning, right? You got dressed pretty fast and got going. So, harsh conditions create tough people, so there's nothing wrong with that. So I get to live a little bit of that like my parents did. And of course my kids get to experience it, and they don't really complain about it. Once in a while they'll say it's cold, but they don't say too much about it, so that's good. Okay, let's get into the cryptos here today. Overall, the market's a little bit down. Yesterday I think there were only 3 coins that were up in dollar terms. Today it's the same thing. There are only 3 coins that are showing a positive what can I say? Only 3 coins are in the positive as far as fiat currency price goes, right, in dollars. So in dollars, 3 coins are up. We have Digibyte leading the pack. It's 9.5% up. It's at what, 7.2 cents? No, sorry. No, not 7.2 cents. Holy mackerel, that would be amazing. Digibyte is 7.2 tenths of 1 cent. So it's 7/10 of 1 cent. It's not even 1 cent yet. Wow, if it was, I'd be selling some right now. So that's up almost 10%, so that's pretty good. And then we've got Veritasium is holding on. It's barely 0.5% up. And then we have Tezos, which has held its own ground. It isn't up, it isn't down, but has held its value and got stronger against Bitcoin. And of course also Veritasium and Digibyte have also gained in relation to Bitcoin, which is good. Everything else is down. We've got NeoGas down 3% in crypto, in dollar terms. Cardano is down 4.5% in dollar terms. What else do we have? We have a lot of coins, 1 point, 2 point something percent. Neo is down 2.5%. So not a very exciting market right now. Let's see, what was I going to say? I can't remember. Okay. Oh yeah, I remember. So I've been talking about Neogas. I think yesterday before my daily update, Neogas was what? $1.31, or no, it was $1.34. Let me just go back and check. Yes, it was $1.34, and the night before I noticed it was $1.29. Now at that time I thought, oh boy, I should get my equipment out and buy this thing, right? It was really late at night. And I thought, okay, I'll wait and do my update, and we'll see what the price is. So went to 134, and of course I was busy with work and whatnot, so I didn't do anything with it. Came home yesterday, almost forgot again, but got myself on an exchange, and I picked up, I think the price was $1.31, but I was able to get it for $1.30, so I got it for a penny cheaper. I had some stable coins that I was holding on to grab Litecoin at a very cheap price. But I was thinking about it, well, I would rather have Neogas than potentially have Litecoin, so we'll see if that was a good decision or not. Right? So I am now the proud owner of a handful of Neogas. So it's at 130, which is exactly where I bought it yesterday. So we'll see what happens. Let's see what else. So if I had to go through the pricing here and say what are the coins I would buy today, EOS is looking beautiful. I thought EOS at $3.50 was a really good deal. Now it's even lower, so every day it gets lower. I'm saying I would buy that. Absolutely, I would buy that. I have some EOS, so I haven't bought it yet, but I'm serious. I have a rule, I'm not putting any more fiat currency into the market. But watching EOS become even more and more attractive, I am considering putting some fiat currency into the market. Let's see, Cardano. Cardano is, wow, it's 4 cents, It's 4.1 cents. I would say that's a fantastic buy. Looking at OMG is at 89 cents. I think that's a good buy. Neogas, of course, at 130 is a good buy. Veritasium, it's $19.01. I think that's a coin to watch. I'm hoping for it to go under $15. I may be, waiting forever, and that never happens, and I will have missed my chance on cheap Veritasium, but I think Veritasium could be a good buy. That's definitely a coin to watch. There's one coin, I'm calling it a crazy buy, because you have to be a little crazy to buy it. I'm not sure what's going to happen with it. It's Pundi X. Pundi X is down about, 70% from when I bought it. I remember when I bought it and then it went up, and I thought, should I sell some of these and then wait for it to drop? I never did that. I wish I would have, because I could have, bought back 3 times the amount of Pundi X I had for that for that dollar price. So now, Pundi X, Jesus, it's 0.000167 cents, right? That's a crazy price. We're looking at a 1,000th. Well, no, let's see. So we got a 10, 100, 1,000. So it's 1.67 100ths of a cent. 1.67 100ths of a cent. So that thing is, almost free. And it's only 1% of its all-time high. Only 1% of its all-time high. So how much would Pundi X have to increase to reach its all-time high? It would have to go up 9,253%. So just looking at the numbers, a person should pour all their money into Pundi, because you'll get the highest return. However, now I'm not suggesting that. I'm not saying you should do that. Please do not buy Pundi X for that reason. But just looking at these numbers, which, as I told you, I'm still kind of working on a theory to explain what these numbers mean. Just looking at that number, a person would think, yeah, geez, that's going to bring the greatest return. Well, that's if the PoonDX coin survives. It may not survive. They may fold. I don't think so. They have a pretty good operation, a good team behind them. They're doing a lot of things to create interest and to create adoption in different parts of the world where, people are quite poor. So I personally think this could be a great coin. However, looking at the price on it, it's just, wow, it's down. So I'm calling it a crazy buy, as in you'd have to be a little crazy to buy it, although it could go crazy high, right? If it had a 9,253% increase, oh man, think of that. That is just nuts. That's like the best looking cryptocurrency that I've ever seen thus far. Now, I haven't gone through and run numbers on all 3,000 cryptocurrencies that are out there. I just focus on this basket of cryptocurrencies, which I think are good, stable projects. So of all the ones I've looked at, PoonDX is, wow, it's pretty amazing. However, as I said, will the project survive? What's going to happen to it? Will it really reach the mass adoption needed to bring the price up? Will PoonDX ever get to be $1? If it got to be $1, wow, that would be so amazing. So to kind of give you some relevance on the value of Poondi right now, if you had one Bitcoin, right? One Bitcoin. Sorry, I've got some messages popping up on my screen here. If you had one Bitcoin, so today Bitcoin is $8,129. If you had one Bitcoin, you could buy 48,622,275 Poondi. One Bitcoin. Now, I'm guessing there's probably someone out there who has a Bitcoin's worth of Poondi. I'm guessing. Can you imagine if that ever goes to $1? So this person put in, we'll say, $8,129 with their Bitcoin, and they exchanged it for Poondi, and now they've got 48,682,275. If that ever goes to $1, their $8,000 investment will bring them $48 million. Holy moly. So that's the thing. We don't know, right? That's the thing. Okay, so if I had to make some recommendations today, of course, this isn't trading advice. I'm not a professional advisor or investor. Maybe I am a professional something, but not a financial advisor. However, I'm just giving you my recommendations. If I had to recommend something today, I would buy EOS. I would think about buying Cardano. I have Cardano, right? So I'm not too interested in it. OMG is a good buy, I think. NeoGas is a good buy, and I'm watching Veritasium. Now, having said that, remember there are some things you have to consider before you buy a coin that were laid out, in one of the videos in the Crypto Beginner Library. So you have considerations to think about before you buy a coin, which are very similar to the considerations you would have before selling your coins, right? So, for example, EOS, I think I mentioned before, my original buy-in price on EOS was $6.32. So for me, $3 and something is a steal. Why? Because I paid, almost double. Well, looking at the number today, EOS is $3.09. I paid more than double that for my EOS. So for me, this is a really good price. Now, if one of you out there bought EOS when it was $1 or $2, you're thinking, no, $3.09, that's way too expensive. So, you have to take in that kind of stuff into consideration. Cardano, today's a great price, 4 cents. Oh man, I bought it for 7 cents and I thought that was a good deal. I mean, I was told it was a good deal, right? I didn't know any better. OMG, I got OMG when it was $1.18. Now it's 89 cents. So for me, this is, wow, these are bargain prices. And I'm the new proud owner of NeoGas at $1.30, so that's my buy-in price on NeoGas. We'll see where that goes. Okay, so now I'm going to switch over like yesterday, and I'm going to focus in on about 6-7 coins with these new metrics that I'm using. So I'm just going to stop my video here and restart it. Okay, so as you can see here, there are 7 coins I'm looking at. I got EOS, Stellar, Cardano, OMG, Doge, NeoGas, and Veritasium. Okay, so you can see the prices there. You can see the prices there. So as I said, EOS is $3.09. And let's see, what's Stellar? Stellar is 6.52 cents. Cardano is 4.1 cent. OMG, 89 cents. Doge is 2.5 tenths of 1 cent. NeoGas, $1.30, and Veritasium is $19.01. So then the yellow area there says the 1-year high. So what percent of the 1-year high are these coins? Well, we look at EOS, it's 36%, 36.82% of its 1-year high. And then let's jump to like Doge. It's 60.75% of its 1-year high, and so on and so forth. Now, we look at the green boxes, we see this percent of all-time high. As I mentioned yesterday, the lower this number, so that if you have a low number on the percent of the all-time high, then the number for the percent to the all-time high will be much greater. So the lower the green number, the higher the purple number, saying it in simple terms. So as you can see, I'm saying that, let's see, EOS, Cardano, OMG, and NeoGas are a buy. That's my recommendation, and Veritasium is a watch. I'm watching it very carefully in anticipation of buying it. So looking at these numbers from these 7, if we look at the purple area, the percent to all-time high, NeoGas seems to be the winner. Although, as I mentioned, does this really mean what I think it means? So, we only have the all-time highs to look at for any kind of historical information on the price of cryptocurrencies. And then we would, so if that's the case, we would say, yeah, NeoGas looks like a fantastic buy. And I was very happy to see this number because I've been watching NeoGas. I just had a gut feeling about it, gut feeling about NeoGas, Veritasium, and EOS. Something just said to me, watch these coins and buy these coins if you can. So that's what I'm doing. So seeing these numbers, I was very happy for NeoGas and Veritasium that they're at a pretty high percent. Now, EOS, it's at 600, so percentage, how much it would have to go up to the all-time high, the purple area, is only 640%. So that's a lot lower compared to the other coins, but as I said previously, we don't know, how much will these coins go to their all-time high? We don't know. And will they surpass their all-time high? How much will they surpass their all-time high by? So yesterday I mentioned this idea of, if you look at like coin market cap, it'll tell you the total market capitalization of cryptocurrencies. You can see the market cap for each individual cryptocurrency. And before, when prices were crazy high, I believe it was around the beginning of 2018, there was a market cap of over $800 billion, a total market cap of over $800 billion. And that's only with a very, very small part of the population participating in the crypto space, as in buying and selling cryptos. So what's going to happen when there's more mass adoption taking place, and now let's say we have double or triple the number of people who are buying and selling cryptocurrencies? Well, that should push the market easily over $1 trillion, right? could be, several trillion dollars. Well, if that happens, what's going to happen to the price of these cryptocurrencies? I don't know. That's a really good question. So I have a great feeling about EOS, and although this percent to all-time high is only 640%, this thing could shoot up like a rocket and just surprise the heck out of all of us, and it could potentially blow away these other coins that have a higher percent. So, NeoGas, how tied, so I'm calling it NeoGas, but it's really gas, right? Will this ever get to the same price as Neo? Or will there always be a relationship? Before, Neo's all-time high, I believe, was about $198. Whereas gas, the all-time high was like $97 or $98. So about half, we'll say, right? A little less than half. So gas was a little less than half of the price of Neo. Will that always continue? Or will there be a day when gas is the same? Right? So these are all things we don't know. We're learning, excuse me, we're learning as we go along. So I think these numbers have some meaning, but I have not figured out what the meaning is. And, maybe there never will be an aha moment where I say, oh yeah, okay, if it has this number, it's going to go here, because I don't have a crystal ball. I can't see the future. I don't know what's going to happen. I think EOS will be a good coin, and I'll just have to leave it at that. I have a very good feeling about it. The same with NeoGas, although looking at these numbers, they seem very different. Okay, now let's look at Doge. Doge is also very close to the percent to all-time high as EOS. So EOS is 640%, Doge is 636%. Now they're very different. If you look at the one-year high, EOS is at 36.82% of its one-year high, whereas Doge is at 60.75% of its one-year high. I think Doge is down quite a bit, but it's closer to its one-year high than EOS is. However, when we look at the percent of all-time high, they're about the same. EOS is 13.5% and Doge is 13.58%. And that's why they're pretty similar percent to all-time high. They're very close on those. So if they're close on the numbers for the green area, the percent of all-time high, then they should be, very close similarly on the purple area, the percent to all-time high. Okay, so I hope this has helped things out. If we were to look only at this percent to all-time high, I would have to say Cardano, OMG, and NeoGas look very good. Veritasium also looks very good. And someone might not look at EOS or Doge because the numbers are so small. Even Stellar, Stellar does not look anything like Cardano right now. Cardano looks much better from looking at these metrics. So this is still a work in progress. Hopefully this will start to take on more meaning, but I'm just, taking the knowledge that I've gained studying for my MBA. And I did also study for an MBA, how many years ago? Oh boy, 25 years ago. I was not able to finish the one 25 years ago due to certain things happening in my life at that time. So my current MBA studies were not the first time I was, studying finance and whatnot. So a number of years ago, I was also studying finance, and I've been interested in it ever since. So in my mind, these numbers can potentially have significant meaning, and I'm very interested to see where this takes us. Okay, so I should wrap this up here. I don't want to take too much of your time for these daily crypto updates. I hope this information is interesting and useful for you. Let me know if you have any questions or comments. Just post them below. You guys have a great day. Once again, it's the 21st of November. It's a Thursday. Take care, everybody, and I'll see you tomorrow.